Hey guys, today we're going to do a quick lesson, and these are for 4 more chords that you can and should learn. I call them open chords. They're called open chords because 3 of these strings, for the most part, are ones that you just won't be touching. You're leaving them open and you're just playing them as they are. So if you look at a guitar, the strings are tuned in a certain way, and there's a standard way to tune them where the top string is an E, this bottom string is also an E, and then this second string over here is a B. Now if I mute the other 3 strings, so that the 3rd, 4th, and 5th string, you'll get a perfect 5th E chord. That's for those of you with music theory. If you don't have music theory background, that's totally okay. Essentially what it means is for these open chords, all we're worrying about are these 3 strings right here. That is the 5th, the 4th, and the 3rd string. So first, if you aren't familiar with a standard E chord, it looks like this and sounds like this, and is from top to bottom 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 0. And you notice that it only uses these 3 strings. This top one and these bottom 2 are already tuned and in exactly the position that they need to be, so you don't touch them and they sound nice and open. For the other 4 chords that I'm going to be teaching you today, and these are chords that are essentially the same as G, D, E minor, C, but in the key of E. So they're E, B, C sharp minor, and A. Those you also only have to worry about these 3 strings. So let's start off with the other version of E. So this is the first version. The second version of E looks and sounds like this. So that's from top to bottom 0, 7, 9, 9, 0, 0. Now, if you find that you're playing a song that has a bunch of chords down here, there's no reason for you to come all the way up here just for this E. You know, you can just play this E down here. However, this E enables you to play a lot more songs up here if you know other chords up here. Along with that, what's nice about this chord, so I'm using my index finger here and then my 4th and pinky on the 9th frets of the 3rd and 4th string. And in this case, if you just hold this position, and by position I mean like how your hand is, how your fingers are, where you have your index finger on this 5th string, and then 2 frets after, you have your 4th and 5th on the next 2 strings, and you just slide your hand around, there are actually certain positions on the guitar that will yield other chords. So if this is an E, which would be the start of a chord progression similar to G, D, E minor, C, then the next one, which would be the equivalent to a D, is a B chord right here. That's the 2nd fret here, and then the 4th fret for your 4th and pinky. And then if you slide it up 2 frets, so the 4th and 6th frets, you get a C sharp minor. And then if you slide it all the way down so that your index finger is technically not even on the fretboard, so you don't actually need your index finger here at all, you get an A. So to review, it goes E, very convenient to switch between these chords because your hand doesn't have to change its position, or I guess its configuration at all. You just have to move your hand across the fretboard. What's also nice about open chords is for those of you who are new with playing the guitar and you still have trouble having the hand strength to really push down and the dexterity to really keep your fingers off of other strings, these chords are pretty easy. 3 of these strings are already, taken care of for you, and you just need to worry about these 3. And then this chord position isn't even that difficult. So it's a good start for you to at least start practicing your strumming if you're still having trouble with the G, D minor, C chords. And when I say that this chord progression is similar to G, D minor, C, all I mean is that it's a couple steps lower, but you can sing the same songs with it. You can play the same songs with it. You just need to replace G, D, E minor, and C respectively with E, B, C sharp minor, and A. Now, if you play these chords on their own, they don't really sound exactly like how they're supposed to, aside from the E, right? So this is standard E, this is an open E. Right? Now, if I play a regular B, it sounds like this. However, However, if I play this open chord B, it sounds like this. That's because the emphasis is still on the E rather than on a B like this. You have this stronger bass note and stronger emphasis on the E. Same with the C sharp minor. So C sharp minor might sound like this. But here, with the open chord, it sounds a little off because the E is emphasized. And then a standard A sounds like this. But with this configuration, there's one string that's left open. So they're all slightly off. And when I say slightly off, I don't actually mean that they'll sound bad. It's just that they're not exactly the chord. But if you're playing them in a song and you're singing along in the context, it actually sounds perfectly fine. So I guess, like, for an example, if I'm playing a G, D minor, C song, singing that range. Well, I could transpose this down to the E, B, C sharp minor, A, and that way I can sing a little bit lower. And it sounds like this. That's it for the lesson today. If you're having trouble with that G, D, E minor, C trio chords, but you really want to get started with your strumming practice, I highly recommend learning these open chords. What's also nice about these open chords is even if you're used to the G, D minor, C and you want to stay down here, these open chords really open up a lot of other possibilities in terms of other chords that are much easier played up here than down here. So for example, a B minor might be like this, and I find a lot of my students have trouble playing a bar chord that's minor down here. Or let's say a B major, you know, I kind of cheat because my fingers are big and I can do this. However, they're much easier if you play with a B up here, you know, if this is a B minor and a B major. So when you start learning other chords later on, you'll find that some chords are much easier to be played up here than down here. And if you don't have your other open chords prepared, it's going to be hard to be switching between chords from this end of the guitar and this end of the guitar, at least at first. So I highly recommend learning these open chords, regardless of where you are in your guitar learning journey. That's about it. Good luck. Don't forget to practice a lot, and I'll see you guys next time.